no, all spiffy for you. And I've been up for the past 2 hours. And I was going to start this at 5 a.m., but I was listening to music, and I was talking to Heavenly Abba, and I was having such good conversations with him, and also fighting off Moloch trying to be a trying to give me a version of Yeshua. And a version is not the truth. It's just not. It's a version of Yeshua. It's not the real thing. And I really think there is a second voice out in the world, and I don't think people realize they might be hearing it. It could be carried through the 5G. It could be carried through the spirit realm. But I do think that the darkness is sending out like a voiceover. Now, in the capital, we know that the Holy Bible is bound. So are some other religious texts. But they took out Yeshua. In place of that, I think one of these principalities like Moloch or Abaddon. Abaddon's the one that tricked Adam and Eve in the garden. I feel that they're sending out a fake voice. And I feel that the vast majority of everybody in every community is listening to it and hearing it. And it's because it's familiar, they're accepting it to be Yeshua. Now I have to double check, triple check, and quadruple check myself. I encourage you guys to do the same. There's something going on in the world. We all can feel it in the air. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Christina, Sarah, Greta, Christina, I think I'm going to break down and write in your book that you gave me. I think I'm going to stop putting things away to save them for a rainy day, because I think the rainy days have gotten here. So I want to show you something, Christina. I kept this in plastic all these years. I think what I'm going to do, Christina, is finally break down and write all my friends' names, phone numbers, and addresses in this book. And I've never written in it. I didn't know what to use it for. So when the power goes out, and Christina, I wanted to show you this. I met another sister and friend that is talented just like you. Look at what she made me. And she put the silver ribbon around it because Yeshua is my golden bow, and I'm his white hot silver arrow. I love you, Bonnie. So when Seva died, I want to show you, Christina. When Seva died, Nancy made it, but all of you gave it to me. The flowers match Seva's burial shroud. So when I met Seva, I can open up this beautiful book and I can read all about Yeshua. And it's really cool. She made like flashcards for me. And there, she gave me four-leaf clovers in here. Sorry, I'm not a good cameraman. And she made me bookmarks. Look at the binding. It's so pretty. Like, you two are so talented. You know? So, that almost looks like Seva too. Uh, give me a second, okay? I'm gonna leave the phone up against that. Hang on. I hope it stays. It's probably not gonna. Sorry, hang on. And you know what? And you know what? I'm so stupid too. I'm like completely stupid. Because I was thinking about it, I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to spell her name like that. I think I'm supposed to spell it with two A's right here, Saava. I can't even get that right. I didn't expect to cry. I didn't want to cry. I didn't expect it. It came out of nowhere. Give me a second to straighten up, okay? Here, you can look at glasses. Give me a minute to straighten up. I'll be right there. Hang on a minute. I can't find anything weird. It's on the table. Where did it go? Usually out and about. I can't find it. Alright, well. Why, hello there. Good morning. I am Holly Baglio, your hostess with the mostest, broadcasting to you live from Holly Television Mobile Studios, right here in my beautiful garden home state of Nazi, New Jersey. I want my HTV. Yay! So let's all wake up together. Huntress, I hope to talk to you today. My other appointment is around 8:30, so I'm limited. I won't be stuck broadcasting for 4 to 8 hours. I think that in itself is me falling into MK Ultra spinning because I get stuck. But then again, I come here to talk to you guys, and I spend time with you guys. And to me, well, that's my family. Boy, okay, so we got our shepherd that I can hear, and then there's Moloch right behind him, or over him, or trying to precede him. And I think that voice is all over. And people, the majority of people are listening to that voice and mistaking it for Yeshua HaMashiach. I want to bring this to your guys' attention for your consideration, because I'm being attacked by it fiercely. And whether this fake Jesus is carried through the airwaves, which would make sense, 5G, voice-to-skull technology, artificial intelligence, and it follows people around. But just, we all feel something coming in the air. I'm telling you guys because I don't want you to be fooled, afflicted, attacked, or tricked like I have with the religious spirit, a familiar spirit, and that could be that fake Jesus. What else have I been attacked by? And it's constant. Just because you bind and cast, I bind and cast down that religious spirit, follow in Yeshua's name, and get out of my house, get out of my life. They stick sometimes. They just don't go away. Or when they do go away, there's another demon, power, principality right behind it that saw you fight in that one in the spirit realm and wants to see what's going on. So sometimes these attacks are not always for unrepentant sin, but how it starts out is I repent for my sins, and then I talk to Abba for things that I may have overlooked, or like I didn't take it from his perspective, and I thought I was doing good, but really I wasn't. So what do you think, Heavenly Abba? Like, was there another time that I made you feel bad? Because right here and now, I want to repent for it, and I'm sorry, Heavenly Abba. And I try to listen to him. I want you guys to have a relationship with him, but it's a working relationship. Okay, I woke up this morning. It's been the first day in 3 days that I didn't see any angels of light. Now, for me, my concern is I repent for my sins, talk to Abba about everything, just like I would talk to you guys. You know, Justin Fall said in one of his documentaries that he noticed when people drink alcohol, they get a little bit loose-lipped. Well, be loose-lipped with Heavenly Abba in Yeshua's name and talk to him like that. Okay? You don't have to do it out loud in case you're being spied on. But when you're finished praying, just out loud say, I love you, Yeshua, in Yeshua's name, Selah. So we don't want the enemy always to hear us. And I know some people have bugs planted on them, like what happened to me in the past. I didn't like it. And I didn't have the money to search around the bedroom that I was in to buy a device to find the bug. A sister in Christ called me up and said, Holly, Heavenly Abba got me off the toilet and had me call you. Literally, got her off the toilet, going to the bathroom, that private time. And I love bathrooms, so I take my time in the bathroom. She goes, he got me off the toilet to tell you that you have bugs. I said, and I knew what she meant off the bat, but I just had to say to her, right up, in denial, I said, sister, I'm not sure I can, Chris, you guys know her, she's awesome. I love her. We've been friends for a very long time. She goes, you got bugs on you, Holly. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'll be in my chat room 1 second to tell you guys I love you. And good morning. I said, listen, Chris, I'm not at my cousin's in Tennessee. There are no bed bugs here. She goes, I'm not talking about those kind of bugs. Trunk Monkeys was like, well, go buy a device. And she was sending me links to buy a device. But I was like, Trunk Monkeys, I love you. But I don't have money like that. And even if I did have money, I can't spend it on that. Because I don't get that much money per month. And even though right now I don't have to pay rent, which I wish I could pay rent so that way I would have some privacy and some independence and just be left alone when I want to be left alone. And I didn't always agree with their points of view, and I don't travel in the same circles they do, and I'm not trying to break the circles I'm already in. Like, you have your friends, I have mine. So anyway, I didn't have the money to buy a device to go around the room to find a bug. So this is what I did. I hated it too because I was separated from Seva for those hours, and it really upset me to be separated from her. But what I would do is I would take Keeper and I would go down the street to this place that it was a nature trail. No, it wasn't. You were walking in the back of someone's yard, and it was just someone with a big house and a lot of property, and you're walking on the border of all that. That's not a trail hike. I mean, I got more trees in my backyard than that trail had as a nature hike thing. Oh my God, it was retarded. I'll show you as a park. We'll be out in wilderness. So I would take Keeper there, sit there for a couple of hours. I would find a nice spot, hang out with Keeper, and then sit and talk on the phone. And then I would go to Burger King. I'd sit in the parking lot and eat my food and take my phone calls. So I'd be out of the house from like 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., 6 p.m. the latest. And I started taking all my calls outside the house. Well, on the third day, they started acting funny. Well, where are you going? Where have you been all this time? You know, I'm like at the park. I went to Burger King. I still kept my appointments. And they acted like I was their 9-year-old daughter. Well, we don't know where you are. You're staying out for hours. Yeah, but I'm home by 5 or 6 before it even gets dark out. Yeah, but the park closes, and sometimes, it gets dark at 5. So where have you been in the dark for an hour until 6? Well, I stopped at Burger King and ate. And I took my phone call with Anna, editing my book, which was their idea, of course. Honestly, that's because she's got the same personality type as they do. I don't get along with every type of personality. I try to, but I can't. Some personalities, as well as accents, make my stomach churn and make me gnash my teeth. I can't take it. So anyway, I was like, what's the issue? I'm still keeping my appointments. I'm still here to eat dinner. And may I please be excused from the table? And when they had that conversation with me, I knew it. She should have been like, Holly, you never get out of the house in the past 3 days. You've been getting out? I am so happy because, Holly, you spend all your time in your room behind your computer. I am so pleased with you, Holly. Instead, and that's how Sherry Clausen from the SIIU team would have handled it. But instead, they turned it around. And that's something that you guys out there, that if you're supporting a survivor, don't do that to them. Especially when they're like in their 40s, 30s too. When they are an adult above, 18 is the law. I think 24. At the age of 24, that's when you realize you know absolutely nothing. You thought you did, but you really don't. There's a level of maturity you get by the time you're 24. Anyway, I was 44, divorced, ex-super soldier, already public. Man, so I'm going to get to the chat room about dreams. Where did I even begin with? On the fake voice. I think those Christians were listening to the fake voice. It was familiar. And I have a relationship, but people in the public call me religious. I'm anti-religious and I'm anti-religion. I'm all about having a relationship, and I believe in the 2 resurrections that are to come. I don't believe they've happened yet. I want you guys to take this perspective into consideration. No matter what you think, no matter what Holly Baglio thinks, no matter what we think. Okay, let me try to word myself better because I don't word myself very well. It doesn't matter what you and I think. It doesn't. We're the bugs to these elites. And these elites, most of them are not human. And if they were human, I was thinking about you, Ethan. And when they were human, they made allegiance with the kingdom of darkness and allowed these things to enter into them. So they left their first estate of being a human being and let something come in and dominate their temple. Ooh, that came out good, Abba. Please help me word myself better because I think I alienated people when I did my broadcast on fringeradionetwork.com, the first version. And that's not how I wanted to come across. And I do take things to heart. But you know what? As an ordained minister, having a ministry, HTV Ministries, our community, our group therapy, group hugs. When you hug me, it's a group hug because I have 169 altars. And when you hug me, you get to hug all of them too. I'm not trying to ignore you. Okay, I was saying something to take into your consideration. It doesn't matter what you and I think. The elites, the Illuminati families, there's 13. We're going to watch it go down to 10. They are not human. They are literally the serpent seed. They are literally the sons of the Nephilim. Nephilim are fallen angels who mated with human women, as it says in Genesis 6 and in Enoch, and their offspring came out like giants. Well, nowadays, the sons of the Nephilim, they look like you and me. Hybrids look like you and me. They don't always... So, the Illuminati families, 13 of them, they are, let me tell you, and I've heard this over and time again and over. You know what they're doing right now, guys? They are reading the Holy Bible. They open up Revelations. They read Revelations. Now they are acting it out. So, people have said the chronological order of Revelations is not right. I think they're correct, and I tend to agree, because Lady and the Dragon happened, and that should have been at the beginning. The signs in the heavens, September, 23rd, 2017. I was out there looking at it because I'm a Virgo, my birthday. So is Yeshua, I believe. So anyway, right, so we should take the chapters of Revelation, put them up on a wall, and then we should look at them and then rearrange the chapters of Revelation. But what is in order, I believe what is in order is the seals, the trumpets, and the bowls of wrath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is going to happen that way specifically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the elite, the Illuminati, are reading Revelations and they are acting it out. They want to kill Yeshua. Literally kill him. Again. So it doesn't matter what you and I think. The elites are reading Revelations and they are acting out Revelations in real life to make him come back. Listen, we're going to spend eternity with him. This life is a bat of a eyelid or eyelash, a blink. So that's what they're doing, guys, is they are acting out Revelation to bring about destruction. So it doesn't matter if you think we're in Yeshua's 1,000 rule or reign, that 1,000 years of reign that we all disagree on. We're not going to argue, but we all respectfully disagree with each other. And cherish our relationship, our friendship. So, okay, they're acting out Revelation. It doesn't matter if you think Jesus already came back on a cloud or if the resurrection's already happened. It doesn't matter what you and I think. You and I will argue and it'll be a distraction. It matters what is happening around us. Look in the world. All of us can feel it coming in the air. They are acting out Revelation. I'm your ordained Ezekiel 33 watchman. Get prepared, guys. So they're reading the Bible and they're acting it out. It doesn't matter what you and I think is happening in the Bible or where we are. That is actually what's happening in the reality of our world. My sources. Okay. I don't like to drop names. I really don't want to drop names. But my source is one of the Illuminati family. My source is one of the Rothschilds. I was told that back in 2016 and 2017. I don't have that contact any longer. We're on different paths. With all due respect, I'm sure they don't want to see me preach about Yeshua or listen to me talk about Yeshua all day long. Did you ever see Jacob Rothschild's one interview where he's sitting there reading a speech in his low, slow voice, and all of a sudden he's giving acknowledgement to somebody, and all of a sudden in the speech it goes, and God spoke the universe into existence with sound or something like that. And then you all of a sudden see Jacob's face get pale and he sits back in the chair and like his eyes all of a sudden like he looks shocked, like something like he smacked into a cement wall. And then you see him try to regain composure, which he does, and he goes back to reading the speech. Oh, that person who wrote that speech for him, they were dinner that night. All right, my chat room. So, what did I name this? Depression, hibernation. I think we're covering that. I slept all day yesterday. I slept all day yesterday, slept right through the night. And I woke up at 5 a.m. So me changing around my sleeping schedule and getting all happy yesterday because I woke up at 10 a.m. Out the window. And I don't want to take naps during the day because it breaks up my sleep at night and I have less of a chance to sleep longer and solid. Dreams. What was the first thing I said? MK Ultra, I think. We're covering that. I can't remember my title of this thing. All right, where's my chat room? Good morning, Russian Sun, Christina, Sarah, Greta. I know it's leather and lace, and I think that's so beautiful. That's why I've been keeping it in plastic, Christina. And now I think I know after all these years what I'm going to do. I'm going to write my friends' names, phone numbers, and addresses. And keep both books in plastic. And I have like clear plastic so I can still see them, but they won't get dust on them. My picture's hanging up, Will. But I said, Heavenly Abba, I know my picture's hanging up. Might get ruined for hanging up. But Abba, I want to see them. I don't want to hoard them away in my dream book and never see them. Like this, I want to hold up because Abba, if you don't shine your candlelight, I'm going to come to you like a thief in the night and take your lampstand from you. And Abba showed me him who walks, him, the giver of life with 7 stars in his hand, walk amongst the 7 lampstands. And I drew the picture incorrect. I did not want to draw triangles. I wanted to actually chop the top of that off and draw it like a literal lampshade. But I made a mistake. And I make mistakes in my drawings. The thing is it's not with crayon, so I can't, like, take it back. Like, I had made a couple mistakes in that. There's still a lot of mistakes in it. But I was able to fix some of them. Anyway, I need to hang this up and shine my candlestick. Oh, I'll put it on the fridge. I'm serious. And yeah, that come to you like a thief in the night, that's bad. You don't want Abba coming to you like a thief in the night. And he comes to us like a thief in the night when we're not being diligent for him, being awake, calling out the darkness, getting rid of man's traditions and false doctrine. And I do believe that Abba told me that believing in false doctrine could be absolutely a salvation issue. So please take it seriously. Look at how much I'm always double checking myself. I am always telling you, I'm sorry about the 144,000 seals. I'm wrong. But Abba showed me after all these years a passage about the tribulation survivors. So, someone had said in my chat room that they think the enemy has had their hour. Listen, I'm going to read Daniel and I'm going to dive into these things, but I'm going to come here and read it with you, and then we're going to talk about it together. We're not going to argue, but let's figure out, we'll read the Bible, get closer to him, but mainly now we're going to figure out how the elites are going to hit us. I think we just figured out how the elites are going to hit us. And I think my contact is right. Well, they were more than a contact to me. I always considered them to be a really, really, really good friend, at least my memories. I hope they're doing well, them and their family. So anyway, dreams. Okay. It's hard to remember them. I think the fake version of Yeshua tries to cover up the dreams that he gives me. I had a couple vivid ones. I actually got to call my friend that I terminated the friendship with because I had a dream about him and his friends at his friend's house. And I don't know why I had a dream about that, but something could be wrong. Why would I even have a dream about that? So I need to pick up the phone and say, I don't know, I think something bad's going to happen. Something about money, something about a home, maybe a death, I don't know. But I'm praying prayer intercessions for you. But I have to let you know, I think something's going to happen with your friends. And that's all I can say, that's all I know. And I have to say something because this is not a good dream. I pour the blood of the Lamb on it. I don't want it to come true. I pray prayer intercessions for those 3 people as well as their family in Yeshua's name. I don't know. I don't want to call this person. Oh, I'll send him an email. I'm not taking him off block. So, Bonnie, Greta, Sarah, Huntress. Thank you, honey. Huntress and I have a project we're working on together. Her and I have been working on something for like months now. Since the TMJ months. Don't let condemning spirits take over. Too busy dancing for Jesus. You know, that's funny. I was dancing in my kitchen. If somebody was looking, they would have seen me dancing like a wanker. I lost my groove. I used to be pretty good at dancing, but I didn't dance like a stripper dances. Happened before that. Oh, yeah. Greta, Sarah has a huge testimony. I hope to make time for her. Also, Missy, I don't know if you're out there or watching this. I got your email. I'm a slowpoke. I will get back to you. I think Bonnie says I saw that before. I think I was attacked in my dream last night. I was being raped. When you say that, Bonnie, the reason why I held back is because I don't want people to take it wrong, by black men. Bonnie, could it have been dark spirits? But can you show me, please? I pour the blood of the Lamb on you, Bonnie. The jinn. Maybe it's the jinn. Heavenly Abba, I want to pray for Bonnie because she's fallen under this attack multiple times. And I stand in prayer with Bonnie. I bind and cast down powers, principalities, dark spirits, aliens, aka fallen angels, interdimensional beings. I bind and cast them down in Yeshua's name. I pray that you strengthen Bonnie's armor. Bonnie, do you pray before you go to sleep? Yeah, right? Run through those prayers, especially when you go to sleep. Make sure to say, Heavenly Abba, please send down your warring angels to stand guard around me. Have them give me sanctuary and refuge. Have your angels minister to me. And when I use my mantle, please have the warring angels help me to get rid of the darkness in Yeshua's name. I bind and cast down any jumpers in Yeshua's name. They're very common. Demons that jump, demons that latch onto you, very common. I thought it was like once in a blue. Guys. You get to see me in my pajamas. I didn't want to let you guys down and like constantly do shows where I've got my hair and makeup done. I want to stay humble, okay? I don't want anybody getting the wrong impression of me, thinking like I got some sort of ego or I'm better than them. No, I am not. I like spending my mornings with you guys. Thank you. So, I don't think I can smoke bubblegum haze. I think that's why I was knocked out all day yesterday. But you know what? I think I needed it. Because I never sleep solid. But yesterday during the day, that was good. So, I got to help somebody this morning. And then I'm hoping to take it. I don't want to take a nap, but I'm hoping to because I want to stay awake for the evenings. I'd like to be able to stay up until 12 p.m. from now on and then just get up at 7 or 8. Oh, guys, guess what? I defeated the Coca-Cola addiction. I just realized it yesterday. And I just had an epiphany now. Yeah, I quit that Coca-Cola. So that demon for that addiction has no right to be in my house. Get out. Don't make me escort you. In Yeshua's name. And take your damned buddies with you. Selah. That's probably why I woke up and I didn't see any angels of light. So back to the dreams. There was something else, Ethan, I was thinking about. And now I forget it. Should have wrote it down. Good, Bonnie. I dreamed I made a lovely wedding dress for a friend of mine. I saw the man she's going to marry too. She doesn't have a boyfriend. Hey, Christina, while I'm reading that, I'm thinking, ooh, can it be me? Can it be me? And hey, that groom best be Yeshua, my golden bow. That's honestly what I was thinking when you read it. Oh, I wish it could be me. That way he could help me stop beating on myself. And I'd have somebody to hug when I miss Ava. My altar's like, get another kitty, get another kitty. I'm like, no, your feelings are mixed up. We're in mourning. You're having the wrong emotional responses to the situation. And you can tell in conversations, sometimes I'm smiling when I shouldn't be. I'm having the wrong emotional response and facial expressions to the situation that's happening at the time. And that's embarrassing when that happens. So, Ethan, what else about my dreams? Cancel any generational curses. I pray warring angels be upon you. The best part of the dream about her dress is it was a Shan Melee dress. Can I tell you something? The other day, what was it, yesterday or the day before? Honestly, Christina, the other day, like yesterday or the day before, I kid you not, I had a vision in my head of my wedding dress. I never wore it because I went to Vegas, so I went and got a different dress, but I never got to wear my wedding dress. Ooh, that train was like 9 feet long. It had lace and like shiny beads and beautiful flower-like designs, you know, like lace. You know, like lace, but sparkly and pretty. And oh, it was beautiful. It's like a 9-foot, it was like a cathedral wedding gown. And then as it came up, it was nice. The neck was high, and it was kind of a square neck that cut down. And then it had a V. It went kind of low, so you could see a tiny bit of cleavage, but not really. Actually, no, it didn't have a V. That's what it was. That's why I liked it. It was like kind of a square neck, but it cut down, and then it was square across the top. There was no V. It was just square. And the sleeves, they were big and poofy. And then, all right, so the collar cut down and went straight across. And it had all of these designs. It was completely white, but it had all of these shiny beads and designs. And it just went up to the sleeves. I had the poofy sleeves. And as The white satin came down. The poofy sleeves had a layer too coming down, like in a V. And then the sleeves went all the way down to my knuckles. But they start at the elbow down. It started to have bigger open patches. Same with the train. In the train, it had lace around it, but it had these big open patches, so to speak, where you could see right through the train, almost like a spider web, but it had like sparkly things. So even though it was an open gap, so to speak, there was still sparkly lace. And that was the sleeves. And then the top of it came down perfect. It was square, but it had all the designs. And then it was totally fitted too. It cut down to the hips, and then at the hips it had like 3 layers, and it had like 3 layers down. Kind of, I can't even remember it. It was beautiful. I don't have it anymore. Best part of the dream, I'll have to look that up. Chain Malay dress I made from metal, of course. I am working on mailer in real life right now. Chain Malay. Wow. That's going to look beautiful. Oh my God, I want one. I'm working on the mailer in real life now. Can you change the dreams moments before the blacks? Maybe having to be cloaked so the pass by and not see you. Yeah, you know what? Russian Sun has a point there, Bonnie. Are these people cloaked and they're astral traveling to you and doing that? Because their demons alone that they use to astral travel to you will wreak havoc. Them being in your house alone would wreak havoc. And they could be triggering you. Just look at the topics. Are the Rothschilds blonde? I think there are some that are. I don't know. My memories are fragmented. And if I did remember certain blondes that I didn't like, you know what? I wouldn't want to remember. But there's one person that was always nice to me by my memory. It's the effort that mattered, Holly, your picture, Brita. Thank you. But I didn't want to hide them inside the book. You dance ballet? Ooh, I wanted to take belly dancing classes. I went to like one of these festivals. You know how you have the Renaissance Festival? Yeah, well, I went to a different festival and they dressed me up. I'm like, I don't know how to dance like that. And once I was standing there with the others, I think I lasted 1 hour. I took a bunch of pictures and I think I lasted 1 hour and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go change and go home. They're like, why? No. I was like, I don't. I'll take the belly dancing dress home, but I don't want to do the show after all. Once I got there, I didn't want to do the festival after all. I don't know why. Something just struck me. So I went with it. You dance on the balls of your feet. To not yell at my fur baby's huntress. You know, I've had those days and I felt so bad. And part of the reason why I had those fur babies is because they saved me from all of that. And I could go and play with them and flick the mices, play micey with Seva, and I didn't play with her enough. I didn't spend enough time with her. I don't have enough pictures of her. Excuse me. I better eat something because that's my second cup of kratom this morning. So, Bonnie was raped when she was 16. Yeah, I don't want to say anything. So you know what? The Kingdom of Darkness is going to capitalize on the fact that Bonnie was raped and use it against her. And if Bonnie remembering and feeling that pain or those images that happened when she was 16, Abba, I pour the blood of the Lamb on it. Please remove her emotional response to it. Please get her past it and help her and comfort her. Please just take it out of her mind so it never pops up again, because the enemy could be using that memory as a stumbling block on Bonnie, and that's why she was attacked in that manner where she was raped. So it sounds like they're taking advantage of it. I pray if Bonnie says, I close demon doors in Jesus' name, I pray in agreement. But even for my own self, I repent of my sins. I close demon doors in Jesus' name. No demons can jump in Yeshua's name. No demons can be conjured in Yeshua's name. Ekbalo in Yeshua's name. Please fill and overflow me and my house and my fur babies with your Holy Spirit, Heavenly Abba, in Yeshua's name. And please put us under the control of the Holy Spirit in Yeshua's name. So, Mike, I want to call you back. I listened to your message this morning. I slept all day yesterday. I wanted to change my sleep schedule, but no! I'm going to be waking up at 5, 6 o'clock a.m. for the rest of my life. I don't want to do that. And it seems like I sleep a lot better during the day, so I want to stay awake at night, sleep more during the day. Cleavage and poofy. I really never get over it. Even though I'm married, I still have issues with physical contact. Lucky my husband is very understanding. Yeah, I have issues with that too. The boys I dated in the past, they were not sensitive to that. Ah, that's where it came from. I was fighting that demon Asmodeus. Watch Now You See TV's video about Asmodeus. I am not going to get into it. It's literally people that worship asses. I can just hear my ex in his high-pitched girly laugh, laughing at that comment. What happens when a little girl is sodomized by an uncle or a cousin or a brother or a neighbor's child or the neighbor or a pastor? If anything enters into your rectum by somebody else who's got a fetish on butts, asses, and they're afflicted with their fetish, and they rape a small little child, and they touch that child's ass, excuse me, but let's really be honest. Well, that demon is then transferred from that pedophile predator, especially if they have not repented to Yeshua and turned their life around and stayed away from children forevermore. Forevermore. Stay away from kids. Stay away from animals too, especially jackasses. So that demon transfers from that predator onto the child. I did something wrong with my ex that collapsed my lung. I baptized him. I didn't ask for Yeshua's permission, and I had in the back of my mind, could he be doing this for me so he doesn't go away 3 to 5 years? And of course, there I am already taking him back, so you know, he's saying everything perfect. I should have known, since he didn't even start out like that. Anyway, I don't know what it was with him and his background, but I thought for a very long time he was bisexual. I really did. Actually, for 18 years, I thought he was bisexual. I really did. And the way he is with the gifts, the group of boys sending back and forth like these GIFs and these maymays, where all of a sudden a penis pops out at the camera, or there's like big asses, and it's always just the ass. And maybe like, you know, when they get a very overweight person, a picture of that. And I don't know, he had a thing for that. for anal sex. Now, because I did something wrong and I baptized him, I kind of felt like there was something wrong, but I didn't listen to that still small voice. Because I went against the still small voice and I did not listen to it, I was then afflicted by a marine spirit. That went on from November 2018, all the way, November 2018 through 2019. When did I realize it was a marine spirit? I'd have to say up until December 2021. So from the end of 18, 19, 20, 21, for 3 years I was afflicted by that marine spirit. I should have called this Demon Chronicles. I did something wrong. I didn't listen to the still small voice, so I was then afflicted by a marine spirit. I finally realized, actually I think I realized back in 2020. I realized about the marine spirit in 2020. I repented to Yeshua HaMashiach. But then December 2021 was when Abba gave me a second. And when I was talking to her, I just let everything out. Now, I've confessed these things before to other people. I've repented on my own. But there was just something about talking to Bridge and this past December that really nipped it in the butt. I think it's because she had loaned herself to be a vessel for Yeshua HaMashiach. So I was speaking to him, not so much Bridge. I was speaking to my shepherd. She was just along for the ride to see the transition and the stuff that I had to go through. But she herself was attacked brutally. And I still want to refresh your minds for her prayer chain, as well as all people who are sick and bedridden at the time with problems that have big words that I can't pronounce and really don't understand. But it's pretty bad. It is a fatal situation she has. It can be fatal. But she'll tell you guys about it. I think I have permission, but I don't know. Christina has PTSD, a lot of abuse over the decades. Where's Brian? Hey, it's Brian. Every time Tribe. Succubus. I hate incubus, Mike. I'll teach you. It's a safety dance. You can dance if you want to. All right, so I get stuck on music like that. Or if I do hear a song on the radio, usually what happens is I ignore their lyrics and I shout other lyrics over. I'm like, I love you, Yeshua. So I'll make up my own lyrics but keep the beat. Tunisian and Egyptian belly dance. Ooh, I want to learn that too. The Egyptian one, yeah, when they're like, yeah, I want to learn that. That's good exercise. I don't go to clubs anymore, so I'll just be dancing for you, baby. I love my golden bow. When you miss Sava, hug Keeper. She misses her too. My pup misses her sister much. Yeah, Keeper was inside all day, sleeping with me. I got married in 2015 at the Minnesota Renaissance Festival. I always wanted to go to one. I figured I was the only one, but I guess there are many. Are you saying you saw me in a dream? Ethan, we need to talk before I can see you specifically in a dream. I'm sure I've seen you in a dream because I have dreams where I'm around a group of people. And I'm not exactly sure who they are. I don't have specifics on their facial features. If I get them, I'll let you know. But typically I see you guys shining the light that Yeshua gave us. I see the outline of you, and then I just see your colors, your soul. Some of you are in bubbles. I can see that you have a covenant with them. And we're just all together doing something, or we'll be moving furniture from one building to another, or I'll be traveling from one building to another, and I engage people. Um, but you specifically, I'd probably need to talk to you. To pick up on a specific. Sometimes though, I have dreams where it's somebody on the internet and I don't really know them, but I'll see their icon. Like when back when like 2014, I was having these dreams about being in a classroom and I just saw these people with colors, like they were sitting there, but over their face was kind of like an icon with a bunch more colors. And I remember there was a time that I'd sit and be at Paul Begley's and I would never miss him. I was like that for 2 years, stuck to him. Well, then when I finally did hang out, a few times the icons in the chat room matched the icons in my dream. So it's not that I could see the person necessarily. Sometimes I do see people in my dreams, but I don't always get a name for them. Seem to sleep better during the day too. I think maybe because everybody else is awake, and when we do open our eyes, we can see what's around us. Because everybody else is awake, and if something happens, you'll hear them make clamor and wake you up. And things sneak and lurk in the darkness. Yeah, I agree, Mike. All sex outside of marriage is the devil. I agree. I have a vow of celibacy. You work the night shift. I pray for Cynthia and her husband. I want to call them, but I pray for Cynthia. I love her. I really like talking to her too. A lot. You have a blessed day. You have an appointment? No. Have a nice appointment, Greta. I love you, honey. I said this when your alarm went off. So, yeah, I don't like these. I forgot. It's the white chocolate Kit Kat that I like. I get stuck on them. Or white chocolate covered pretzels. I didn't answer my Facebook Messenger yesterday. I forgot to share this video. If I share this video, it's going to buffer. They're taking out the demons I've thrown away. Look. They're taking the dumpster away. Yay! I bind and cast down all those demons. They're stuck in that dumpster. And Abba, once it's off the property, may your will to those forces of darkness be done in Yeshua's name. If you were given a message about me or prophecy or something, I'm always open. I've been paying, because you said something, Ethan, I've been trying to pay extra attention to my dreams. I just started to kind of remember them this morning. Nothing exciting is happening in them. I mean, I had an explosion, but that was in my personal life. I don't know if I'm past it or not, but we'll find out. Well, I'm past it. I need to make sure all parties involved are past it. So, forgot what I was saying. I do get vivid dreams, though. And sometimes they're weird. I mean, they're very kind of symbolic. I need the gift of interpretation. But like I said last night, I just had this dream where I was in Chester and I was looking at my friend's big property. And there were 3 people in it, John and his 2 friends, which I won't say their names because there's no reason to. But I just felt like there might be trouble with them, and I terminated my friendship with him, so I can't take his nonsense. Maybe he had to put his cat down, but I think it has to do with his friends and money. I don't know specifics, though. But maybe they're going to finally get married. They should. I was curious. Abba, if you have a message for Ethan, or may I ask for you to please show me Yeshua's name? And when you show me, Abba, can you please let me specifically know that you're showing me? Because I'm really slow on the uptake. Let your will be done over mine, over Ethan's, over all our wills. But that'd be kind of cool. In Yeshua's name, Selah. All right, I'm going to pay extra special attention. Yeah, what do you want? Is there... I don't know. I don't feel any strife or struggle right now. I have to get ready for the day. Shift nurse. So you have a nice day, Christina. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to go too. What should I eat? I got to eat. I ate a lot of fruit yesterday. Oh, you know what we're going to do? I got some, yeah, John gave them to me. These green plastic bags. And it said that the fruit won't go bad as quick. So we'll see. Oh, I gotta remember I got cherries in here. I ate a huge bag of grapes yesterday, and now I have a huge bag of cherries. I will down them in one sitting. I love fruit. Oh! Well, I'll have this later. I have strawberry and blueberry, and I can't forget granola. I love this. This is my favorite, but I can overdo it because I also get raspberries and blueberries. Oh my gosh. Or blackberries. They're pretty good. But I think I'll take it easy today. This is what's for breakfast. I wanted to get the one that has the greens in it because I don't eat vegetables. But this is all they had, so I grabbed it versus having nothing. I don't know the date, but I hope my milk's good. It's probably not. Like, what a waste. I should get like the ones that are even smaller. I don't dare get a gallon because I don't get through it. And now look, the milk's already expired. Right? No, actually it's not. I got one more day. Here, we're moving over here, guys. And I got to put you on the charger because I have to go to that appointment. We're going to make a ton of noise. Oh, wait, don't forget. I can make this taste like a cake. And it goes down so nice and easy. I need more sugar. I know, I put my sugar in jars. I don't want bugs and stuff getting in them. Vanilla. You only need a couple of drops, like 2-3 drops of vanilla, and it comes out tasting like cake batter. But you know what? With that, I might not need the vanilla because this stuff is pretty sweet. Good. Up for a week. Yeah, especially mine because mine stays frozen. I put it in the back of the fridge because I don't have much in there. It gets frozen. So if my milk is frozen, it should last a little bit longer. But my refrigerator is very cold. But I noticed that cheese and things go, sorry, Keith, cheese and things go bad very quickly. That's not gonna, haha, watch, I'll be going. I miss Seva. She'd be sitting on the table right now watching me. I should have kept her body with me until today. I should have kept her body with me until today. I would have felt better. Because remember last week when they locked me out and their doors were closed? Yeah, I missed the guy. I would have been getting her back now, but And this is not what I wanted. I wanted to dig a hole and bury Sava. It's not what I wanted. It's not, I'm going to be stuck with her ashes. Do I have enough in there? 2 cups. I might need a little more because of that powder. All right, I'm not going to add any sugar or vanilla because I got that powder stuff. I noticed that the lady downstairs, there's no telling her anything. She's taking like Spring Valley vitamins from Walmart. They're nothing but shit vitamins. She's not getting what she's supposed to. I'm going to tell her. I looked it up, and no offense, they're shit vitamins. It's all in her mind that she thinks they're working. And you know what? You take cranberries so you don't, the cranberry vitamins, so you don't get any type of infection, which I tend to drink cranberry juice too because it cleans us all out. But she's getting nothing but fillers, and she's still having trouble. That Spring Valley, I had wasted $35 on vitamins. I didn't think about it. I get home, I do think about it. I look them up a couple days after I bought them. I look them up. They're garbage. Garbage. I want to go to the health food store, but that requires things. Anyway, if I ever do get to the health food store, I'm going to tell her, give me your credit card. Tell me what vitamins you take. I'm going to get you something that's appropriate and that works. Look at that. Holly's getting healthy. I only have like 2 bowls of my sativa left, and that's not good because that keeps me eating. It really does. I might only eat 1 or 2 meals a day, but I pig out. Oh wait, that's right, we're not putting sugar or vanilla in it yet. I got my eggs in there. I got my milk. Ready? Hold your ears, guys. Hold your ears. Turn down your volume. I'm serious. Turn down your volume. You know what? I'm going to start sharing this while I mix it up so your ears don't pop from the noise of the blender, okay? If you're away from your computer, I'm going to start to buffer so you probably won't hear it. All right, at this point, I've been going for an hour. I don't have anything to say. You guys are just, your ears are deaf. I'm sorry, Ethan. Ethan. I'm sorry, Ethan. There's like powder stuck on the side. It's all fluffy now and bubbly. It's more like this thing makes, like when I do the eggs, 2 eggs, 2 cups of milk with the banana, and like 1 or 2 tablespoons of sugar, and like 2 or 3 drops of vanilla, not too much. I'm thinking, I warned you, Ethan. I warned you. You didn't take my advice. I warned you. I'm your watchman, and I warned you that time. Intermittent fasting too. You know what, Ethan? I asked Abba if I can just stay in prayer and fasting with him because I can't fathom this world. I'm constantly in spiritual attacks. And just the MK Ultra and the tears, 3 altars at a time. That's a lot easier for me to handle when I'm in the spirit with him. So I'm just going to stay doing it. Now, we all of us, I believe, I don't think it's just for me. Am I allowed to say all of us? All of us have an option of what to fast, whether it's the liquids, the solid food, bad behaviors, or, well, you want to get rid of addictions ultimately. Ultimately, you do. But can you fast your cigarettes? Say you're not going to quit. Say you're going to spend 3 days not smoking a cigarette. You plan to go back, but you're going to spend 2 days. You can fast your cigarettes. Ultimately, yes, you want to get rid of addiction because it is a demon, and two gods can't rule a house. And even that little itty bitty demon can wreak that much havoc, cause a big wedge between you and Heavenly Abba. Oh, that's a good thing I didn't put sugar in it. Doesn't really taste that great, but I'm glad I didn't. I could have probably put a drop or two of vanilla in there. It's kind of tastes more like the protein. But when I had trouble eating every morning, at least 5 days a week, I'd wake up, have 2 raw eggs, 2 cups of milk, and a big banana. And then I'd get a decent dinner, but small portions. But this should help me gain weight, and it should make me healthy. Ethan, I thought of it. Ethan. There was something else, and I pour the blood of the Lamb on it. Please don't let it happen, Abba, because if it does, I'm going to go out of my mind, and I literally will never smile again. In my dream, you see my pirate smile? I have TMJ. It's lockjaw. It's not contagious, but TMJ is lockjaw. I got it in May with the gang stalking. Now, gang stalking can be done electronically with people you don't know, like with people. Well, did you ever listen to Eric Carlstrom? He has a different definition of gang stalking. His definition is more like with police and judges, neighbors, strangers even. There's technology that can be used. And these people can be used as well, even with the technology, to stalk you. Like when you go out food shopping, they'll come over and purposefully sneeze on you, or something will happen. But it's also a program. So if someone, say, even at church, say you go to church, Brian too talks about this. Eric Carlstrom quotes from Brian too. And you know what? When I did that show with Brian too, the very next morning, Bridge and I were talking, and she's like, Holly, I can see that technology happening in your life. And she goes, more than that? That just explained to me what's going on with me. So guys, don't forget about the technology that Brian too talks about. DEW. Look him up. BRYANTEW. And then there's Eric Carlstrom, ERIC, Carlstrom, KARLSTROM, I think, Carlstrom. I don't know, don't quote me, but something like that. In the nightmare, in the dream, this broke off her. Except in the dream, it happened in the nightmare, it happened on this tooth. You see? I'm so upset about this. It happened February 2021. While I was doing laundry, I went to get a pizza, and it came off. I was like, oh my gosh. Or maybe it was before then. I can't remember. should take my saw pimento. I gotta get more saw pimento. I should order it online. I noticed I had gotten this dandelion root. I ended up taking it. I gotten it for Seva, but then I ended up going to get her the real dandelion root. I caught the cancer too late. I should have put her down right like that first. I should have brought her home for a week, 2 weeks, gotten her strain pain pill, stronger pain medicine. Even though the doctor said he thought she was on good stuff, I would have rather had her on morphine. She was already so far gone, he should have let me have her on morphine. So that poor little kitty suffered more than she needed to. Don't forget the krill oil, because Sarah Adams and her pagans and witches and sorcerers like to attack me and my finances, as well as to get my heart to stop beating. I'm combating that, and their sorcery and their witchcraft, which I know they've been doing sorcery and witchcraft over me because I prayed for it the other day, and I felt another layer of the onion lift off of me as far as demonic oppression. And they're constantly active doing sorcery, necromancy. Actually, they're necromancers. It's beyond being a witch and a pagan. They're necromancers. They're dealing with dead spirits. Jimmy Savile was a necromancer. He had sex with dead corpses. Pose them in positions as they're rotting with rigor mortis. Sick, sick, sick people out there in the world. No, it's Jimmy Savile with the bug eyes. He's the one with the bug eyes that stick out. Yeah, I met someone like that in human form, and I couldn't stand him. I even called him bug eyes. I'm like, you got something wrong with you, and I can see it. Your eyes are popping out of your head. I know it's a medical condition, but behind that, yeah, One time I was so cold on a 70-degree morning, I had to turn the oven on and stand in front of the open oven so I wouldn't shiver. My temperature was like low 90s or high 80s. Oh my goodness, I hate when that happens. I wake up with my clothes drenched. I can't monitor my temperature at night when I sleep. You don't get hungry 16 hours after dinner. Or fly helicopters by your window. Sarah's targeted, to say the least, to have planes and helicopters. One time I was so... Oh, I read that. What was that, witchcraft? Could be. Heavenly Abba, please reveal it to Ethan if that was witchcraft or sorcery. You know, because we bind and cast down magic, sigils, voodoo, hexes, curses, devices, chains, cords that the enemy sets up against us in Yeshua's name. We bind and cast down the demons that were summoned by our enemies doing witchcraft, sorcery, paganism, satanic rituals, and satanic sacrifices in Yeshua's name. I can feel a little bit lift right now in the back of me. We pray against any retaliation attacks coming in against us, for all praying together and exposing the darkness in Yeshua's name. Please put me in my bubble and protect me. Please put your full armor on me. Please cover me in the blood of the Lamb. Please fill and overflow me with your Holy Spirit. And I pray that for Keeper and everybody in my chat room. That could be witchcraft. My oral temperature, I should have... Yeah, I don't even have a thermometer to take my temperature. You know how I tell if I have a fever? It's gross. You know how I tell if I have a fever? When I go utilize my throne in the executive suite, and I go pee, when that comes out and it's warmer than my body, that's how I tell if I have a fever. I can tell when I go pee by the temperature. A slight fever too, I can tell with, but that's how I tell. That could be witchcraft, absolutely. That's interesting. I get hit with feverish heat at night, and the heat upstairs gets really hot out of nowhere, and then invisible bee stings from microwave. I get really cold, but then I'm sweating. And I've been trying to keep the heat off because I can't afford $250 again. I don't have it. I need to pay my other bills. I'm not paying my electric. They're going to have to send me a shut-off notice. And oh, today I conquered a demon. I didn't run out to the store and waste money on Kratom. Those shoddy bottles, I'm done with it. And I didn't like that habit I was getting in, that I was always jumping up and running out. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with me staying home and running a video. And that would have been a lot better if I had done that rather than sitting at the parking lot in the store. Because Sava was alone. I should have been sitting here running the video with all three of them. I can't believe she's gone. There's a bare spot in the room, and it's the spot she should be sitting in. It's bare. All right. Whoa, jeez. Oh, gosh, that would have made for a catastrophe. I better move that back. All right. And then the last thing, I don't know why Abba says it, but he says to take this. You know what I found out is in it, guys? Because I got it for save up. But you know what's in it? Oh, excuse me. Quercetin. I need to get, hey, Debbie, I love you. I need to give some to Keeper. So I'm almost done with my 2 eggs, 2 cups of milk, protein, and banana shake. That's like 2 meals in one if you think about it. And I took my vitamins. I think the dandelion root helps me with pain, the arthritis pain. Ow! In my joints. Maybe not. I'm stepping on my foot, on the ball of my foot. I had trouble. Good morning, Nancy. I was talking about you earlier this morning. I was talking smack. No, I'm kidding. I wasn't. I said beautiful things about you, Nancy. I was showing Christina your book, the book that you guys gave me, but you made, Nancy. Anyway, my arthritis, right in here. Ow! I have ugly feet. I don't want to show you my bubble toes. And my little pinky, it's curled in. I don't want to show you my ugly feet. But anyway, so that's my toes, right? This in here, all along the top. Oh boy, it's excruciating pain. I'm grandpaing it. But I got spiffy for you guys today. I put on a new scarf for you. If I do a video later, I'll dress nice. And that's another thing, guys. I'm getting rid of that demon. I'm going to tell you right now. You know what demon I got rid of? For the past 2 months, or the past month, definitely. I say that I'm going to do something and then I don't do it. So I'm done saying I'm going to do something and then not do it. I say that I'm going to hang up the video and talk to people, and then I never get around to talking to those people or answering their email. So today, I'm not saying I'm doing anything. I hope to answer some of my private messages. I have a lot. But I also hope to take a nap so that way I can stay awake late tonight. I don't even know what day it is. Is there anything good on? No. Even when there is something good on, I fall asleep. And I don't know. I can't really focus on too much. I'm already trying to battle some demons that I don't want afflicting me anymore. And this is the first morning I woke up and I don't see any angels of light bouncing around my house. I need to straighten up and do my chores. I have to actually do I'll be honest, I have company coming. I don't know when. I don't even know what the date is, but I have to do all of my laundry, my bedspread, but I have to do all my laundry. And then I have to clean the kitchen and bathroom floors, vacuum, and I definitely have to dust so I can get ready for my company, which I'm really excited for. It should be fun. But they stay awake late at night and wake late, so I'm hoping I can keep up with them. Plus, they're on a different time zone. You know their late is just like the wee hours in the morning for me. I'm probably going to be like, never mind. I'm waking up when they're going to sleep. So it'll be exciting. It'll be their second time back visiting me. And better than the first time, because I won't be sketched out in my mind as to who they are and what do you want? Who do you work for? Who sent you? Who are you? What do you want? Who sent you? Pretty much. I'll get addicted to these things, and then when I don't have one every day, I'll start getting like toe cramps and stuff. I wonder if I can give this to Keeper. I think so. I gotta look it up. Start to make Keeper drink dandelion root. Make sure she doesn't have cancer. Keep her healthy. It'll probably also help her with her arthritis pain. Good idea. Keep. We're gonna make you take dandelion root. That should help you. And since I'm broke, we'll see how it does. Because I can get dandelion root and make that for you. That should take away your pain like it takes my pain away. All right, so I'm thinking like reading Daniel later and then talking about it with you guys. Excuse me. So it'll probably take me like an hour and a half to read Daniel. That's okay. I blabber more than that. So we'll read it together, and then at the end we'll talk about the prophecies in it. Because Gristle, the only reason why I'm remembering that name is because I still have the same tabs pulled up from that chat room that Matrix was in. He was given all of your websites, so I started to click on them, and I started to subscribe, you guys. Maybe that'll help me better remember names and matching testimonies with those names, but I still get mixed up. And I'm embarrassed when I get mixed up. Oh, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? It's the tastiest whole milk I've ever had. It doesn't have any synthetic vitamins or adding anything. Organic grass-fed whole milk from Maple Hill Company. Oh boy, that's buffering on my end. See? Are they a little bit? A little bit. I can see a little bit here. I can definitely see that. And a little bit more on my two front teeth. That kratom leaves stains like I'm looking at my cup. I'm like, looking at the cup. Here. Now, I know it's kind of evident which one has the kratom in it. I get that, right? But yeah, don't look at that part, but just look at the top. You can tell which cup I drink kratom in. It's that one. Look at how stained that cup is. I'm not drinking kratom anymore. I'm getting the capsules. That's nuts. I don't want my teeth stained like that. It's bad enough I smoke. I don't want to ruin them. Capsules. So I'm ordering capsules. And you know what? I have a pill maker anyway. I am not ruining my teeth. It's bad enough I got receding gum lines. The last thing I need is that. And then I gotta try to remember which size fits in this thing. It's not the biggest capsules. I think it's the second biggest. I think it's the size AA or whatever. But this is the capsule making machine. This thing is nifty. I was thinking about making all my vitamins, like ordering the vitamin powder, you know, A, B, C, D, all of that stuff. That would cost an arm and a leg, though. But then if I ordered the vitamin itself, I'd be able to pack my own capsules, and then I'd really be getting healthy. But this thing is really nifty. I like it. Ding, ding, ding. But it's, you make pills with it. You got to get the capsules. So I'm going to order capsules. Oops. Ah, it's not fitting right. Anyway. Here. I had it fitting before. Now it's not fitting. I don't know. Maybe it's not meant to fit there. Anyway. So I'm going back to using the capsules because I don't want kratom. Missing. Hey, for realist, I'm sorry I didn't get to look at all those documents. Honestly, I slept all day yesterday. All day. I was supposed to help my friend at 3:30. Instead of helping my friend at 3:30, I fell asleep. So I wouldn't have to go down this morning to help my friend if I had helped her yesterday at 3:30. But all the energy got sucked out of me. It could have been because I had used indica, and sometimes indica is good because it relaxes me because I get too high strung and wired and I need to chill out. So the indica won't necessarily knock me out, but it'll calm me down. Well, anyway, yesterday it didn't calm me down. No. It knocked me out, and I slept, and I slept, and I slept, and you know what? It felt great. It really felt good. I want to sleep all day again today, but I want to be awake at night and stay awake later. So it's good to see you, for realist. I run behind. Ask Sarah. I still want to get back to Luna and a bunch of other people. Yeah, I normally get 3/4 sativa because that keeps me happy, hungry. It keeps me active, wanting to go out. I get giggly. I keep my sense of humor. I'll goof off. I'm lighthearted emotionally. It takes me out of the bad place in my mind. It works as a perfect antidepressant, anti-anxiety. And I just end up spending more time with Yeshua HaMashiach. You have to remember, guys, when I quit my 33 prescriptions, actively taking 12, January 4th of 2014, I'm going to say I quit smoking January 3rd of 2022, even though it's actually February 9th that I quit the cigarettes, only because I wanted to quit then. And I had quit before that, but I want to keep my anniversaries the same. What I would do, and I kid you not, is I would get my Bible. This is when I lived in Somerville, and I know you guys that got $25 can spend it to find out where I live. Well, the last apartment I was in, Brookside Garden Apartments, I would go get my Bible, I would go into the bathroom, sit on the floor, put my back against the radiator. And if you know anything about Brookside Garden Apartments, the heat would pump. That I had a portable washing machine in my apartment, and I turned my kitchen into like a laundry room plus kitchen, and it had really high ceilings. So what I did is I put I got the real big, huge hooks. I put them up, 3 on either side, and I had long clothesline between it. So what I would do is I would wash my clothes and then hang dry everything, which most of it had to be hang dried anyway. I used to never put my jeans and stuff in the dryer, ever. The dryer ruins everything. So I just use fabric softener and then I'd hang it up. And with the apartment so hot, that stuff would be dry in 12 hours. Seriously. This quilt probably would have taken 24 hours to dry, but it would have been dried because that apartment was hot with the heat. But anyway, getting back to this whole indica sativa thing. So when I quit the prescriptions, Abba said, I made you the plant, go use it. I had asked Abba, I hear that marijuana can detox you from these pain pills. I've never liked marijuana in my past. I've hated it. I've hated the way it makes me feel, but I hear it's good for detox. Abba, I want to come off pain management and all my pills. I want to Donald Trump them and fire all of them. And so he said, go use it. So I would take my Bible, go sit in the bathroom on the floor with my back against the radiator because the heat helped. And it would keep my back as relaxed as I possibly could get it. And I'd sit there and I'd read my Bible and I'd smoke out of my bong. And I'd sit there, I'd read the Bible, smoke out of my bong and say, and white knuckle it and say, Abba, I want to be like a kid again where I'd wake up in the morning and be free. I don't want to wake up in the morning and have a pill bottle. So every morning I woke up, and whether I had a cigarette in my hand, whether I was on the toilet, or whether I was doing right and completely in his will, obeying him and abiding by him, I would turn to him first and foremost and ask him, how can I give you a good day, Heavenly Abba? How can I get Yeshua HaMashiach to stop suffering on the cross for me? I still do. Lately I've been saying, how can I take care of myself, Abba? Help me to take care of myself. Oh, you know what? I can give Keeper this. So I'm going to try it on her. My guinea pig. I remember trying the homeopathic remedies on Keeper first before I gave it to Seva. I never gave this to Seva. This is something I bumped into in my journeys, so I picked it up. Supports liver, brain, heart, and immune health. Oxidative stress and free radicals. High antioxidant. So basically, it is, I think this is GMO free. Vegan. It's vegan, which helps when you're trying to give it to pets. It's superior absorption curcumin. Other ingredients, I gotta look it up, but cellulose powder I think is all right. She shouldn't have any interactions with that, but then I'll look up the hydroxyprol, methacellulose, and vegetable source magnesium stearate. But you guys, if you're getting stuff for your pets, make sure it's vegan and non-GMO. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Vegan, non-GMO. They threw kosher in. So make sure it's always vegan and non-GMO because these fillers and vitamins can do damage if you're giving them to your pets. And there's always drug interactions too. So make sure you're not giving your pets too much. If your vet already has your cat and dog on something, you better make sure that if you go to put your cat and dog on something, it doesn't interact with what the vet's already done. Hey, good morning, Victoria. I haven't seen you in a while. The devil's lettuce, but weed has kept me from killing many idiots. If you ever pass through Jersey and you ever need help with these idiots here, give me a ring. I can help keep you calm, cool, and collected. Calm, cool, collected, and composed. I gotta take this little one for a walk. You know what? I'll take you guys with me to walk her. Shh, stop it. And then I'll go down and help my friend. I think she's looking for company. All right, stop, Kate. I said no more barking. No more. I'm paying attention. I'm going to take you out. Yes, I am. Don't you fret and worry, baby doll. Baby girl. My baby girl. Ooh. Excuse me one moment. Man, for some reason this popped into my head. I remember going to Tequila Joe's. It was a nightclub. I was there for the loud music and the drugs. You could keep your sex. But I remember this one time I was hanging out with my friend Jonathan. And we're at the bar. I want to be specific. It was Jonathan, bald dude, older than me. We're hanging out at the bar, and a great song came on. I was like, "Oh, I'm going out to the dance floor." And I didn't make it all the way out to the dance floor. I just ended up by the DJ booth, but I moved away from the bar, so I had space. And I knew the DJs, Brian and Rusty and everybody. So, but I moved away, and I started dancing to the song, having a good time. And I see two guys, they were at the bar, but when I walked away, the two guys went over and started talking to John. And they went, I think, on either side of him, I'm not sure. But they came up, they started talking to him. And then I see the bartender put the drinks up on the bar. Finally, and Jonathan's standing there talking to him. So I go walking over to Jonathan after the song's done, and I was only like about, 10 feet away from him. And we do a shot, and I grab my Malibu Baby's, have a sip, and then all of a sudden I looked at him, I said, Jonathan, something's wrong. Something's really wrong, Jonathan. And I remember I got up from the bar. Now, Tequila Joe's, if you ever watched, what was it on TV? It was that big mafia series everybody got into. I just heard the song playing. I can't remember the song. Woke up this morning. No, no, it was that Mafia. And they had it here, like the beginning of this series would open up. You'd see the New Jersey Turnpike. You'd see Newark and all the bridges. You'd see Jersey City. You'd see all these different areas. The Sopranos. Thank you, Roxy. Well, The Sopranos. You remember the girl in Sopranos? She wanted a nightclub named Crazy Horse. Nightclub named Crazy Horse. Yeah, they used Tequila Joe's. So when she was doing her club, Crazy Horse and Sopranos, I was hanging out at Tequila Joe's. And my doc was ketamine. Vitamin K. That was my doc. Anyway, I wasn't into anything else. I liked that stuff because it numbed my body and it was trippy, but I only snorted it. I'm allergic to needles. I won't even let doctors give them to me. Really, I am allergic to needles. No joke. Really, no joke. But with Sopranos, when you watch it, I have seen what they do in The Sopranos. In the series, they would walk in the back door. Okay, so let me explain it. Tequila Joe's had 3 levels. Very top level, blocked off. Not to me, though. Okay, what you would do is there was an overhang, and you'd walk in, and there was a little foyer. You move past the foyer, you come into the main hallway. To your left was the 70s room, and to your right was the 80s room. And they had swings, they had graffiti, and it was painted, like pictures on the wall. They had swings, they had chains from the ceiling hanging down over the bar. So if you wanted to dance on top of the bar, you could. Danny the Wonder Pony and all the prop people. It was America's adult playground, okay? I didn't like the stupid slut girls that would take off their clothes and think they were cute. That would happen every so often. And I'd say the bouncers, just get the smut out of here. If that's what they want, take it out in the parking lot. The rest of us don't want to see it. We really don't. It's not cute. And we know who's going to be doing what to them later. And sure enough, all the girls, they were like that too. So, any girl that's flashing like that, I wouldn't trust them, ever. And all my girlfriends are like, you won't trust me? I flash people. Don't worry, I flashed people too, and I totally regretted it. I did one time, and I didn't like it. But in The Sopranos, they'd walk in the back door up top, but they'd splice the film together and then show you the bottom part downstairs. So the layout in Sopranos is not how it looked. But anyway, so you walked into the main hallway. To the left is the 70s room. To the right's the 80s room. There's a stairwell that leads down. If you go down that stairwell, it opens up into a huge area. Huge. There was a bar in the center, and you could go under the bar and go sit at the center because there was a strip. This used to be a strippers club turned into a nightclub. So the stripper pole was still in the middle of the bar, and you could go hang out up there, dance around. My friends and I, oh my God, we would have so much fun. We would be totally wrecked, and we would just have so much fun. I remember my one friend Pete and I, we got spinning around on that pole so much, we ended up bumping into each other and falling off. We collided heads. Oh man, we had so much fun at that place. Well, anyway, so it was a big bar. It was a big, huge bar. To the right side is usually where you walked around. And they had little tiny rooms. And in the rooms, it had the little sticky letters on the walls. Another room had a couch. Another room had tiny toddler picnic table and chairs. Then in the way back, if you kept going past that bar, in the way back was a big dance floor, DJ booth. But again, to your right side was another bar and another room. And then they had the hallway where it led out back, and you could go hang out back on the fire escape because they closed the gates to the parking lot so nobody was getting out anyway. And that's the parking lot I parked in because I wasn't leaving until the end anyhow. So I was always the first car in the parking lot too, always, because I was there when they opened up. Now, if you go back in that main hallway, instead of going down into the alternative rock room, you could go up a flight of stairs. And when you went up a flight of stairs, you walked into the techno room. And when you walked in there, there's a big, huge bar to your right-hand side. Keep walking straight. They had another huge bar. And then behind that was another kind of smaller room, but it had couches in it. Next to that was the back hallway where you could go back into that hallway and come out on the fire escape and go down and meet people that were hanging out on the fire escape from the alternative room, rock room. They had a huge dance floor in the upper level. Up by next to that hallway was you'd go up a couple of stairs, there was the DJ booth and another bar. It was a big place. It was a really big place. So I remember, anyway, so I'm dancing. These two guys walk up to Jonathan. And then the song finishes. I come back to the bar. Jonathan and I do a shot. I take a sip of my Malibu Bay Breeze. And I'm like, Jonathan, something's wrong. Did you put something in my drink? It doesn't taste right. He's like, no, Holly, I didn't touch it, honest. And Eric, the bartender, I knew him. He knew me. We never seemed to get along, but actually we were actually friends. I looked at him. He's like, I didn't touch a drink, Holly, honestly. He goes, you saw me pour it. You were dancing, but you were looking over here. I was like, something's wrong, Jonathan. I get up from the back bar, all the way in the back. They had closed the fire escape, so I couldn't go, like just turn the corner and go out the back down to the bottom and then straight to the rock room where Bobby was, because they had it closed off, so I had to walk all the way through the dance club, all the way through the upper level. I don't know how I made it down the stairs. You go down a flight of stairs, there's a landing, and then again the two rooms. You keep going down the stairs, you get down another flight, and then boom, you're into the alternative rock. I don't know how I made it. I get down there. I wander halfway through the alternative rock room, and all of a sudden I grab onto Bobby, and I'm like, and I grabbed onto him. Like, I grabbed on, and I said, Bobby, something is wrong. And I collapse. Boom, on the spot, I collapse. He picked me up. He brought me into, now in an alternative rock room, you have the big long bar and the walls behind that. So the bar is kind of along the wall, but there's still standing room between the bar and the wall. Like maybe two people could fit. But on the opposite side, they had a couple of rooms, like sectioned off rooms. And this one room had like a 3-person couch with a love seat. So it was a pretty big room. If it can fit, a love seat and a 3-person couch. And there were like 3 rooms like that. He put me in the one room on the couch, and then he literally sectioned it off. I think he put up tape around it, but he took his chair and another chair right at the entrance, and he sat down. Because there was to this one room, there was a half wall. It wasn't completely open. Well, anyway, he sectioned it off and left me in there all night. The one DJ, Ice, he, ugly. Oh, I felt so bad for that kid because he was so ugly. But he had such a great personality. I loved him. So anyway, his cousins drove up from the shore, and he didn't have a license at the time, but his cousins drove up to the shore from Brick. They picked me and my car up. They called my grandma and said, somebody put something in Holly's drink. She's sick. This is my phone number. This is where I live. She's told me all about you, but she is sick. But Bobby sectioned off that whole entire room. He wouldn't let anybody in. He let a couple of my friends in that he knew I was really good friends, like Jonathan. And Jonathan was like, I swear, dude, I didn't put anything in her drink. But it was the two guys that walked up to Jonathan beforehand that did it, and they were in dark leather. You ever hear about the smiley face killers? They put something in someone's drink and then they wait till the person wanders around by themselves. And when that person is disoriented from the stuff, the date rape drug or whatever they put, or whatever drug they use, they sneak up on the person and go, oh, hey, buddy, you need some help? Yeah, we were just in there talking. Where are your friends? You want me to help your friends? Yeah, the club's letting out. We're all leaving now. So let me help you out to your friend's car because the show's over, and they confuse you. Hey, UK Awake World, I saw you last night at Blues. I didn't mean to be rude. I wasn't talkative, but I listened in. Yes, Sarah grew up in New Jersey too. Tobis, how are you, sweetheart? Don't surprise me, Huntress. That was where I was first stalked. How old? What was I saying? How old was I? '23. 23. 24, 22. No, I wasn't 22. I was 23 or 24. Well, Tobis, I have partially good news. Guess what my partially good news is? I quit cigarettes. I lost count too, so today's either the 4th or 5th day. I lost count, and I'm done counting at this point because I got over the hump. Today is probably the 5th day, 4th or 5th day. No cigarettes, but it's only partially good news. I still have a vape, but I am getting back into obedience. I repent. Even Abba gave me the word disobedient, and I was disobedient. I was smoking in the house, so now I don't smoke in the house. I smoke out in the front hallway or completely outside. At least the front hallway is warm, and it's like 7 degrees outside most of the time. But Abba said, you want me to dwell in your house? No smoking in your house or in your car. We're going to work on you to get rid of that addiction demon. And just stay in obedience to me, but get it out of your house, get it out of your car, and I will dwell in your house and in your car. And yes, I'm already on the inside of you, Holly, but we'll work on this affliction that you have with cigarettes. So, sadly, with the vape pen I have, because I threw out everything I had before, all my other nicotine juice was only 3 milligrams. Only 3. So in the past, I was better when I was vaping, but I threw all that out because I quit smoking. Bridge said that Abba was saying to throw it out, so I did. Goodbye, $150 of vape juice and vape pen. So I screwed up. And when Sava got sick with cancer January 3rd, I totally went back to smoking cigarettes. I fell. Totally fell. Anyway, I'm getting back into obedience in accordance with him. I'm telling you the long way about, but I have an e-cig. Now, this is 5 milligrams, which that isn't too bad. 5 isn't too bad. I can't stand the taste of it. So I'm hanging on to it. I had a couple puffs. I don't like it. It tastes like maple, and I hate maple. And I got green because that's Yeshua's eye color and human. But in the spirit, Yeshua has eyes of fire. So I got the Logic because I thought it tasted better. Well, when I first took a couple of hits of it, I was like, whoa, that's strong. I only need to take a couple of hits of it, and I'm good. Maybe I should stick to the Views, that other vape pen that's only 5 milligrams, because this little baby, I can tell. I only need like 2 puffs of it, and I'm good. Well, now well, I can only smoke it outside, which means Keeper's going to go outside a lot more often. But I can't smoke it in my house. I'm not to have it in my house either. But I said, Abba, these are electronic. I leave them outside, they're going to explode. So I will keep them by the door at all times so I don't pick it up and start smoking it by accident again inside the house. So I will leave it by the door. And when I go outside to walk Keeper or just go outside, that's when I'll smoke it. I want you in my house, and I also want to combat the addiction. So, no more cigarettes. No more. Get my smell back to normal. That's another reason why I say vaping is better than smoking, is because I get my smell back. Which means I should go around a couple of smokers and make sure that that cigarette smell is nasty to me. Yay, thank you, Tovis. You'll take partially? Oh, I'm humble, Tovis. Cool. Well, I don't want to have an incomplete task. I want to fully quit. That's another thing. To fully quit would be to complete a task. And I think when it goes back to those 7 letters to the churches at the beginning of Revelation, I think he has definitely called my attention to completing all of my tasks. Completely quit. But I told Ab, I said, the worst thing I'll do is I'll vape, but I'll never go back to cigarette smoking. Well, I went back to cigarette smoking. So now I got 7 times the work cut out for me to quit. But yeah, no more cigarettes. No more cigarettes. And I tend to just never go out. And then I run less of a risk to buy a pack. Or I run less of a risk to buy little bottles of Kratom when it's cheaper, that I do buy it myself in pack capsules. But yeah, I'm getting there, Tovis. No more cigs. Was taking me out of the club before a girl grabbed and saved me from being kidnapped again. But then, right? At Tequila Joe's, everybody knew me. Everybody knew me. I remember one time my friend had me, it was the ex. He had me thrown over his shoulder walking out. Some other guy comes up behind him, taps him on the shoulder and goes, "You're not taking her anywhere. Do you know who that is?" He's like, "Yeah, it's Holly, my friend." He's like, no, she's my friend. Put her down. He takes me and puts me down and leans me up against the van, and because he put me down, I kind of jolted awake. I was like, "Yo, don't fight, you're both my friends." They squared off with each other. They were going to fight each other. But yeah, no, I had good friends. And I commended the other guy I said, "You know what? I know that you all knew each other and you were all my friends, but that night I should have went with you. I should have still went with you. Like, you should have said to him, 'No, I know you're friends,' and she said it's okay, but really I insist, let me take her, you know? When she sobers up in a little while, I'll have her call you." Because that night he just ended up, I woke up to him doing something to me, and I guess I thought it was okay that he did that because we had been friends for so long, and we had been on and off for so long. You know what? It's not, guys, it's not okay that you do that to a girl. It's not okay. She should not have to wake up to you doing that. Now, if you're married, I don't know what kind of arrangements a husband and wife have with each other, and it surely ain't my business. But anyway, getting back to being drugged, yeah. My friend Ice called up my grandmother. Once we got back to Ice's cousin's house where he was living, I kid you not, they took me with my boots and all and threw me in the shower. And even then, it took 15 minutes for me to come to. There were a couple of times that I did come to after they had put that date rape drug in my drink. And I remember being in a car, and I came to, and I was punching and kicking, and I just hear Ice's cousin go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! We have Bobby in the car. He's in the back seat." And then I started to calm down, and then I heard she had a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old son, and when I heard her 2-year-old son's voice, I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry." I started to calm down, but I couldn't. When I opened my eyes, I couldn't see anything. I could only hear. And then they had to pull the car over because I was vomiting. And when I vomited, only white foam came to. And I kid you not, I couldn't see before me. I had no vision. My eyes were open, but I couldn't see anything. Oh man, was that bad. And I guess I'd vomit and then knock back out and be totally out. But when they got back home, they carried me in the house. I was still knocked out, and they threw me in the shower, boots, clothes, and all. I woke up about 15 minutes later going, "It's cold water." They're like, "Yeah." They kept me in the cold water. They're like, They kept me in the cold water to make sure I was awake. That was bad. I was young then. I learned the hard way. You never put your drink down. Even if you put it down for a minute to bend over to tie your shoelaces, too late. They can slip something in your drink. I'm wearing my gloves today. Where's my purse? Both of them, too. So, thank you, Tovis. And I've been a stumbling block for other people for the past couple of months, having smoked cigarettes, even vaping while I've run videos. I repent for my bad behavior, and I repent for being a stumbling block, and I won't do that anymore. Hey, Shy Miner. Hey. Okay. I may buffer. Oop. And I gotta remember not to sin on camera because I can be a stumbling block when that happens. Let's go this way. There's a lot of salt still. Don't pull on me. Yeah, you know what? I got you guys. I better go this way. For some reason, I bind and cast down anxiety, pains, and chest pains in Yeshua's name. I bind and cast down. Oh, that's right. We already are. The Holy Spirit's got us connected, Nancy. I swear. They do this to me on purpose. They really do. I still got my chat room. You know what, Huntress? That's a great thing. I didn't even think of that. I'm glad you were here because I was fumbling, Huntress. That's why he sends us out 2 by 2, because what I miss, the second will pick up. Or what I see, because sometimes Abba shows me something in the spirit, but I don't have the words to be able to explain it to you or to translate it from the spirit and translate it into words for reality. You know what I mean? Like, because I'll see like a tick or a wall or a block or something off, but I won't exactly know what's off. I know that whatever points I'm hitting on, they're not the points that are applicable to the person or situation at the time. Come. Oh, I gotta keep you away from the ice. She's gonna want to go in the creek. I love these gloves. My hands are hot and warm, Nancy, but I can't do anything with my cell phone. Okay, there we go. How your paws doing? I need to get back to teaching her tricks so I can tell her to lay down and stay. Like I can teach her to lay down and stay on a blanket, and then when I go to drag it, she stays on it. So that way when her paws freeze and I can't pick her up, I can lay my jacket down and she'll know to lay on it, and then I can pull her back home until her paws thaw out. I need to spend more time training her. She was very well trained until all of my roommates got to it, because they always knew better. They never listened to me. Sounds like a program, Huntress. Triggered and went to the fetal position, and also I began to hum Wish a Star. Oh, what's going on? Sounds like a program. Oh, you guys don't want to watch Keeper do that. Huntress is good with identifying these program things. I talked to Huntress. Yeah, she's a fellow survivor. And I take up counsel with Huntress, when I need help. And sometimes when Huntress and I are talking, we figure a bunch of stuff out too, which is great. Like gang stalking, what the people did to me around here, giving my private information away publicly online. Those rat bastards. Well, anyway, there's another type of gang stalking, and that's electronic gang stalking, but they use people, whether they're paid or just accessed by the technology that Brian too talks about. There is actually, I think, 2 forms of gang stalking. Hang on, guys, because I have to do doggy doo-doo detail. Of course, it's not that one, right? Sorry, guys. All right, hang on 1 second. I gotta put you in my pocket. I don't have enough hands for this, guys. Score. Done. Okay. Gloves. All right. Cell phone. I'm back. Mars military base, too close as I keep talking helps both of us. Yep. Yeah. Talking out loud, hearing myself sometimes. But we figure it out. Well, Abba's like, okay, you two. Time for me to give you the answer. Oh. So I never did cook my chicken last night. I better cook it today. I really better cook it today. Come on, Keith. Let's go. Come. I have something in my eye. And it won't come out. It's probably a piece of fuzz. And my thing won't move. There we go. All right. Better. Okay, come on. No. We're not going to the creek. It's all ice covered. Absolutely not. because I'm going to have to dive in and save you. Now, I love you, but not that night. Before I turn to the fetal position, I heard a voice say we were taking control now. Sarah, if you can, rebuke, refuse, in Yeshua's name. Even if it's an altar teaching, rebuking it teaches them that you won't allow them to do that anymore. However, I have heavily gang stalked because of things I know. I discovered about you guys through researching about a dear friend who is DID. I believe it's shy. I believe that you will be targeted. If your support system or a pillar to one of us survivors, if that survivor is public and exposing things, then, like, look at Galen. They drained his accounts 2 times over, checking and credit cards. 2 times over. And he was the very first person to ever support me and be a good friend to me. The very first person in my support system. They nailed him twice. Drained his checking accounts, drained his credit cards. I felt so bad about that because there was nothing that I could do. Yeah, I'm not lying, honest. Galen, I think he definitely said twice. I think they got his checking account and then his credit cards, but on 2 separate occasions. Oh, and the weird thing is this, too. There was one day at my attorney's home address. My attorney in New Jersey, his home address, I got pieces of mail for Galen Grounds down in Florida. And I said, Galen, you're not going to believe me if I tell you this. I said, but look out in your mail. I'm going to send you your mail. And I put his mail in an envelope from my attorney's address. My attorney's deceased now. And I mailed it to Galen down in Florida. He was like, Holly, I wouldn't believe it unless you did this. He goes, there is no way that you can get pieces of mail from me. You're in New Jersey, I'm in Florida. I was like, I know, Galen. This is a sign. This is a sign of what they're doing. I've had some crazy things happen to me. And at the time, I was in Lebanon, New Jersey. So that was another kicker. If you wanted to help me, you couldn't help me because I was in Lebanon, New Jersey. They would not allow mail or PayPal or anything to go through to me when I moved to Lebanon, New Jersey. I had to use a previous address because they wouldn't give me my mail because I lived in Lebanon, New Jersey. What are these, squirrel tracks? Look at them. I don't know what the hell it is. Unlawful gang stalking by demons, right? You know how I say I have alters, Roxy? That's DID, dissociative identity disorder. So I have 169 alters. And like if I get shook and stressed or if I'm triggered, I can jump into any one of those dissociative identities. It's just another piece of me that's stuck at a traumatic point in time. My alters aren't demons, they're pieces of me. Just pieces of me stuck during the point of trauma. You gonna go poo-poos a second time so we can go in? And I don't have to hike you around cold, freezing weather? No, you want to be mid-sniffs a lot. Let's go. Let us go. We'll let you pee. I won't invade your privacy and put you on camera. Now that I just did. Ooh, and we've got deer tracks. You want to follow deer, Keith? I don't know which way they went. This way. Come on. What are you doing? I am so cold. I am so cold. But it was nice. I know I wasn't really chatting UK, but I was hanging out last night on Blues. I forwarded on his video onto my web pages. Or, you know, whatever. Facebook, Twitter. hate walking this close, Keith. Because you know what happens when you get too close to the water, right? That's when an alligator jumps up and bites you. Tries to take off your hand and head and anything else you might have. Why do you do that and start walking behind me? Okay. I guess this is where I play intermission music. Of course, right here. It couldn't be somewhere else, Keep. It's got to be right here. Guys, stay just right like that. This is like the worst position that you could have gone to the bathroom and keep her. Like right here is not a good spot whatsoever. I ain't gonna like rush. Just because. Oh. Okay. Get my glove on. Haha. All right. I have to buy a new phone. They don't make the glass covers anymore for LG. So the second I take off this glass cover is the second I will probably end up dropping the phone on the floor. Stop walking behind me. Well, I'll drop the phone on the floor and that'll be completely smashed. They don't make any glass screens for LG anymore because LG stopped making phones. And that sucks because I got sick and tired of Samsung. It was nice to have a change. Alright, the reason why the camera is not facing me is because if I so choose to vape, I am not going to be a stumbling block to you guys. Now, I don't want anybody else telling me, now, Holly, that's why you didn't have your camera pointed at your face like you normally pointed at your face. No, it is the reason. And why it's not, the reason why my camera's not pointed at my face is because I'm not going to be a stumbling block to people on the video. Like, I already gave a public apology to Arthur, as well as other people like Tommy and stuff. Keep walking, Keep. I don't know what your issue is, but you better start paying attention. So anyway, you don't need to see me be a stumbling block. Alice in Wonderland is terrifying. Willy Wonks. I remember the Wombles. I don't like the Wombles. Yeah, that Cheshire Cat is not that fun from Alice in Wonderland, even though it is a character that I like. There's salt on the road. I'm waiting for her to start falling down. I don't want her walking on the salt. Why don't you walk on the grass? Get over. Good girl. So, yeah, Tovus, I am moving towards living a pure and clean life. I mean, being an Abba's will. Like, my behaviors will be pure. My behaviors won't be bad behaviors. They'll be pure behaviors. And on the inside, I will have clean feelings and clean thoughts. But I don't want to sound like those Satanists or the Luciferians do, or those guys that wear those feta hats or whatever they're called, the fets hats. Come on, Kate, this way. Where they call themselves clean and pure. I want to live the way the apostles did. The apostles led by an example. Well, come on, Kate, let's go. I took their example, I parted with all of my possessions back in the beginning of the year 2015. Cleaned out my house. So I'm going to live a life that is similar to what the apostles did when Jesus walked the face of the earth. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, geez, I thought a truck came up behind us, and it almost did. I have stuff in my eyes. Oh, my ears hurt. Oh, is it cold? Come, come, come. It is cold. That only happened to me for 3 days, Sarah, in December 2014. By December 20th, it had stopped. But at the beginning of December 2014, for 3 days, there was a voice in my head. And I can tell you right now, that was voice-to-skull technology. And I don't want to accuse anybody, but when I get to meet this one certain somebody, I'm going to ask them if it was them. Now, I don't expect to get the truth out of that certain someone, but it's not going to stop me from asking. I think they used it on me to make sure that I was awake. And in December 2014, Commander Casbolt went to prison. And I believe I was trafficked with him. My ears hurt. Oh my gosh, they hurt so bad. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. I should have worn my Scully. Come on, Keith. Let's go. You're a pain in the neck to walk. Sometimes it's not a pleasure walking you because you don't listen and you're always pulling on the leash. I'm waiting for mail, too. Oh, yeah, the hospital wants me to pay the money for when they shot me up with a medicine that I said I can't have. There's no way I'm paying that bill. I'm going to write them a letter, too. Let's go. I made it. My ears hurt so bad. My ears hurt so bad. Okay, hang on. Oh, my head is pounding. They don't make keys like they used to. They really don't. All right, give me a leash. Oh, is that cold and miserable? EMF to mess with us. Yep, the EMF. Well, 5G. You're going to start to see movies played before your eyes, hear voices, and all sorts of crazy crap is going to happen to us. You're going to feel sick with the flu. You'll get over it in a few days. And there's nothing that you can take to get over it. You can, like, have Band-Aids and take pain pills and medications that will Band-Aid the situation, but you're not going to be able to get rid of the symptoms. And then people are going to think, oh no, ivermectin doesn't work. Oh no, the prayers don't work. Oh no, nothing's working. And meanwhile, it's the technology. And if they'd only realize that it's the technology, they'd go, oh, no wonder why praying isn't working. It's Yeshua is bigger than this technology. Yes, and absolutely. And may he shelter us from it. But if you don't know what's afflicting you, then you're not going to know how to handle it, cope with it. It'll shake your faith. And meanwhile, it's 5G. So we have to know what it is. But yeah, that technology, you guys got to listen. I want to do more broadcasts with Brian. But I got I got a lot to do. I'll ask him when I can. But he's got a channel on YouTube. Check him out. But that technology is not a joke. The only thing you can do is shelter yourself from it, lessen the effects, but you're not going to be able to stop it. You're not going to be able to stop it. You're going to have to learn how to cope with these microwaves or die. That's why he says, those who, what does it say in the Bible? Those who wait to the end shall be saved. Yeah, we're not there yet. Hey, Mel, I love you, sweetheart. My love to you and your daughter. I have to go. I don't want to. You know what? I'm going to make, I know I just ate. This is what's good, is when I have an appetite, I got an appetite. But when I don't, you can't get me to eat. Okay. I want more food. Oh, and these boots kill me because they got wet, they shrunk, and now it hurts my arthritis. Where's my... Get back to Grandpa on it. I gotta get slippers. I want to go to Walmart and get a pair of slippers that I can drag across the kitchen floor again and get myself laughing. But yeah, I need slippers. This summer I'm going to buy a pair of sneakers and sandals. I haven't bought footwear in several years. The last time was in 2019. Someone donated those shoes to me, so that's why I had them. I did buy boots back in 2017. But, all right, time for our second breakfast. No, you're not getting any. We're going to eat our second breakfast, guys. You ready? I am. I'm hungry. No, Keith. Get back. I got to clean off the strawberries. We're having yogurt with fruit. Fresh fruit. Not frozen fruit. Fresh fruit. You know, the SNAP program, $19 a year is retarded. But because of the pandemic, they'll give you $200. Meanwhile, I used to get $300 before Barry Obama crashed the economy. Everybody forgot, and then he took the money out of these programs. All right. Yummy. Yummy to the tummy, where altars can go. The other day, my altar had me laughing. It was yesterday, I think. She was like, Holly, you always tell me, take it to Yeshua, go to Yeshua, talk to Yeshua. I'm trying to talk to you. I was like, touche. I was like, I just sometimes don't know what to say to you guys. Unless, of course, you piss me off and get me yelling. Don't piss off thy Holly. But, so we had a pretty interesting conversation. But yeah, I definitely engage my altars now. I let them form bonds with people. I let them speak. I'm not embarrassed of them. And if people are embarrassed of me, or they only like certain parts of me, well, they can see their way out of my life. They don't need to be in my life. Oh, Holly, if you were just different in this small little way, we would make better friends. No, I am not conforming to what you think is good and what you think is right. No. Just because you think something is good and right and it appeases you does not mean that I care. Like those plastic Christians in Maryland. What do I care what they like? I don't. I only care to know what Abba likes. That's it. If I do something wrong, Abba lets me know. Talking in my diary, my ruminations and confessions to Abba, that in itself and what I say in it is not a sin whatsoever. It's just not. I'm talking to him in it to begin with. Heidi would be like, "Oh, Holly, you didn't say love. Oh, Holly, you should take it down. Holly." Oh, shut up, Heidi. I don't care. She wanted me to gloss over things like she glosses over things. And it's like glossing over things never truly gets the situation spoken about. And nobody really knows what you're saying anyway. And if you're glossing over it, giving it to me in your little gospel and love stupid little speeches and your platitudes that hold no bearing whatsoever, nobody's going to take what you say to heart. You're not going to strike a chord in them. You're not getting the situation itself spoken about. You're dancing around everything. I don't want a PG-rated whistleblower on my platform glossing over stuff. Tell me. Just point blank tell me. If you misword yourself, that's all right. I'm not done listening. You have a chance to explain yourself. I'm sick of that glossy stuff. Tell me, were you in a cage or not? Well, yes, they had us in a container. Was it a cage? What did it look like? Oh, I don't want to talk about what it exactly looked like they had us in, because I don't want to trigger anybody. All right, you lightweight pussyfoot, sugar-coat and twinkle toad. I don't know. Get off my platform. Tell me what it was like. Don't gloss over it. If you're going to gloss over it, I'm not going to take you seriously. Because you're going to be like everybody else, trying to say things just to get along and just to make everybody else feel good. And I'm not about that feel-good bullshit sermon crap. That doesn't take care of the issue at hand. I'm glad everybody feels good. Well, you want me to feel good? I'll feel good when we conquer those demons in Yeshua's name. So sick of those types of people. I've had my fill of it. I thought it would be easier once I found Jesus. Christian community is definitely cutthroat. I forgot. So we got blueberries and strawberries. Can't forget the sugar on top. Because they do get a little sour. We got to get some sugar on the fruit. So, vanilla yogurt, pour on top. Let's see, how much do I have in there? I'll show you when I get done. So we just have blueberries and strawberries. I already ate the banana. I already ate 2 eggs. That's probably why I'm hungry again. Yeah, I know, I ate 2 eggs. People are probably like, Holly, you ate 2 eggs and you're eating again? Yes. And eating eggs raw is better for you than having them cooked. All right, now, voila. Oh, Holly, Holly, you're going to get salmonella. Heidi was the name of my grandmother's dog, right? La Chafette Holly. Can you guys pray for me in my situation with this new horrible landlady? I haven't done anything wrong, but I fear that she's trying to get rid of us. I lift you up to Heavenly Abba. Heavenly Abba, please do not let anything happen to Roxy and her family. I bind the demons in the landlady. May she not upset Roxy. May their home be safe, sound, and secure. And may you soften the landlady's heart in Yeshua's name, Selah. Excuse me, I'm burping. My imitations are hilarious. Yeah, that was the one thing, Mel, I could never understand about that. They would always think it was so funny when I would mimic pastors and evangelists on TV. Heidi would think it was so funny when I mimicked my cousin Mary, because my cousin Mary was god-awful. She really was. She would think it was hilarious when I mimicked them. But when it came time for her to be mimicked, oh, no, 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 no. That was absolutely But now she ain't here, and guess what? I can mimic her. Well, I was mimicking her even in front of her, but I'm mimicking her because, oh, Holly, you should take down that post. You didn't say it in love. I got to think of how she would do it. And she looked like that Peg Bundy, too, with the hair. And it was like, oh, geez, here we go. Busybody. And she was. Always got her nose up your hoo-ha. Oh, well, Holly, you said this word for word. And, oh, Holly, you should do this and you should do that. Nobody asked you, lady. Nobody asked. And just because I'm under your roof does not give you say over what happens on my posts or me. I remember when she was running around the house. Holly's doing a video in so-and-so's room. I'm like, God, Holly ran an HTV video. Even the husband came home from work. Oh, I was thinking, yeah, Holly's running an HTV video in our daughter's room. Oh, she's running a video in our daughter's room. Oh my God, the googly eyes. I couldn't stand their googly eyes. Hated it. Really hated it. And they had googly eyes over me, and I couldn't stand it. The husband would be like, well, I told my wife to go find her little buddy. Little buddy. Well, I know I'm smaller in size, but I'm not your fucking mascot. Little buddy. So that's what it is. You wanted to have a little toy doll that you could manipulate and turn upside down. So that's why you brought me into your house, is because you wanted to manipulate me. And then you thought it was cool because then you would see how it reflected on my YouTube channel. Well, I didn't think it was cool. And by the way, please remember that your daughter stayed at college on purpose so she wouldn't have to be home with. You know, my grandmother had a dog once, a Shih Tzu. You know what its name was? I'm not allowed to say the name Heidi of my grandmother's dog. Nope. And I'm not allowed to tell you my previous mailing addresses, even though any idiot with $25 can get on the internet and find out for themselves. I got a speeding ticket right next to their house, and I thought, good. Because if something happens to me, just go look at my speeding tickets and my traffic tickets, and you'll know exactly where I was. Right now, I'm not fasting food. Even if it's candy, I'm eating. My body and my jaw need to get in the habit of chewing and swallowing and getting past the uncomfortableness of it finally getting in my belly. But yeah, typically when I snack, I never eat junk food. Ever. It's usually cheese, crackers, stuff like that, olives, pickles. But I'm not going to gain weight eating like I did this stuff or with that shake I had before. I'm not going to gain weight eating that. I'll gain a little bit of weight. I won't be like bone thin, but I won't get my TNA back. I've been eating more potato chips lately because I want to get some of the fat. Chicken doesn't have fat. Rice is good. Rice will put weight on me, but I'm not eating enough of it. I used to eat a bowl of rice for dinner. I'd make one of those big boxes of rice pilaf, and I'd eat the whole thing in a night. I loved rice. I lived off of rice when I was in junior high. My mother always had money for drugs, but never for food, so I lived off of rice pilaf and Chef Boyardee beef ravioli. And if I cooked, then I got stuck cooking for everybody, and I was only 13 years old. I had to do all the laundry and cook. I was a fucking maid in their house. I really was. My mother treated me like a maid and a slave. She never treated me like a daughter, ever. Ever. And now she wants me to be in her life so I can be a slave and run all over for her now because she doesn't want to pay Walmart a delivery fee. Too bad. I'll say to her what she always said to me. How's it feel to want? How's it feel to want, Mom? Sucks, right? Oh, I don't care. Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, because there's nobody around you anymore. You're not alone because you want to be alone. You're alone because you pushed everybody away and treated them like crap. My mother's narcissistic, and I'm not proud of her. I'm not proud of her. This is good. Thank you, Heavenly Abba. This is what I did yesterday, and then I fell asleep for the whole entire day. Well, I fell asleep about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I slept the rest of the time. Good morning, Deborah. When I was a teenager, she and my stepdad had moved in with my grandmother for a short period of time, and it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. She treated me and my gram like garbage, and then got my stepdad to follow suit. He was wrapped around her finger and did anything she told him to. And you could never talk to either one of them because she said she knew it all. She wants somebody to worship her, and I'm not that person. Sounds like your stepmother. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Nancy. That stuff's never easy, but 4-camper mini camper stove tops with propane gas cans. That's what I have to get, is those mini camper stoves, and I have to get propane. They said that we're going to have a black winter. I'm not trying to call anything out, but oh, I eat. I like food. I'm just a picky eater. And in Maryland, I kid you not, the second I'd be in the kitchen, she'd get up, jump from the living room, come in the kitchen, and be like right on top of me too. Like, I see how my pets get on top of me, but they're my kids. She'd be like right on top of me, like hawking at everything I did, and then, oh, you're not gonna eat it here? No, I was gonna. And then when I was eating, just hawk at me eating, like studying my every single move. I hated it. Hated it. Bored. I don't know what, I don't even know what to call her. Bored housewife. She plays solitaire for 3 hours a day. Run around praying for a rapture. And then criticize everybody who didn't talk like her and didn't act like her. Man, I hated it. I'm so glad to be away from her too. Oh, darn it. It happened a second time. A second time I forgot it. I forgot to put my granola in it. Damn it. Oh no. Finally. Hang on. What the fuck is going on? Mm-mm. Mm. Uh-oh, Ethan. I'm having trouble with my teeth, Ethan, just like the dream said, except it's a back molar. I can't floss between that one tooth. And I tried to, and now there's pressure on it because it feels like something's caught between it. Watch it be the filling got dislodged. Ah, there we go. All right. Everything's better now. I was worried there for a minute and was uncomfortable. I was using the whitening trays for my teeth, and my teeth have shifted a lot. But they're going to be white. I can't wait. Yeah, they are wonderful. In Montana. Yeah, my attorney was supposed to retire to Montana. I was going to be like a bar back. He's going to open up a bar, restaurant. Him and his kids and I were going to go work in it. A couple of us were going to follow my attorney to Montana when he retired. I was actually banking on it, to be honest with you. Peroxide mixed with water really does work. It does, Deborah. I have peroxide in there to use. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get going because it's 10 o'clock. Oh, my gosh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm supposed to help somebody with their food order and stuff, and today is just not the day. It's freezing. So I got to go help with the orders because apparently the application isn't working for some reason, which... What are you doing, Keith? No, you're not getting any treaties. So, go. Nice. Don't bark. Is a good outlet for me. I have a problem with isolation issues. Oh yeah, don't be isolated. Come hang out with us, Roxy. I get like that too. SSI. They better not. Actually, somebody tried to mess with it. Somebody has actually tried to mess with it, so I can't say no. But yeah, somebody did try. And I'm sitting there in the office, and the guy's like, I know, and I'm like, yeah, I know, right? I'm sitting right here with you, huh? Interesting. I don't want to get into that situation of what that was about, but yeah. So somebody was trying to lie about me, and the interesting fact is shut up. I was sitting there in the guy's office that week. So they're like, yeah, we're not even going to look into it, Holly, because you were sitting in our office that very week. We know they were lying, and they didn't have your anyway. So no, I actually just stopped in to see Social Security the other day. As a matter of fact, last month I went to stop and see him. They know that online I am gang stalked. They know that I'm an online personality. And they know that anybody calling probably is trying to tamper with me because of me being online. In the past 3 times that I saw Social Security, I mentioned it to them every single time about me being online. I'm disabled. I'm unable to work, but I'm always on the internet and people try to mess with me. And they go, and they said to me, Holly, we understand this, we know. I'm like, yep, well, I'm just going to keep calling it to your attention. All right, so at this point, I have to go. And, yes, thank you, Abba. Thank you for chances to serve you, and I remember that I am serving you. Can you please make the time go very fast? Can you please get me in and out? And please get me back home as quick as possible, Heavenly Abba. Thank you so much for the opportunity to serve you, and I love you, and I'll see you shortly. I'll talk to you more shortly, Heavenly Abba. I'm sorry, the buzzers are going off, and I got to call this person back. Heavenly Abba, I love you, and I will be right with you after I'm done shutting this down so you can come with me. Please spend this time with me, Heavenly Abba, and please keep me grounded and humble and grateful to you for all you do. Thank you for everybody in my chat room today. Thanks for bringing us together, Heavenly Abba. Oh, can I stay up late tonight? Can you please have me take a nap so I can stay up late tonight? Because I want to be a night owl. And I pray extra prayers for everybody in my chat room. Thank you for letting all of us wake up together. Your love too, Talise. Shalom to you, sweetheart. I pray for you sporadically through the day, Talise. I'm really hoping something changes around for you. Hey, good morning, David. It's great to see you. Good morning, sister from another mister, but the same father. I love you. All right, I better get going. So I don't want this person to have a panic attack thinking I'm blowing them off when I'm not. So I love you guys very much. And yeah, maybe we can read Daniel later. Tell her only have 30 minutes. I don't think that's going to work, Huntress. Yeah, 30 minutes turns into 2 hours. And, I complain about being alone and lonely, so I can only imagine what it's like for that person. So, all right, let me get going. I'm going to have needed to eat that second meal, that second breakfast to get through what I'm about to go through. I love you guys. I'll see you in a little bit. Have a nice morning.